How we going? This video is going to be right up my line. I'm going to do a video on the Olight Warrior Mini, and this is the limited edition. Olight have sent me this to do a review, so let's get it out of the box and have a look. Alright, so this is our unit. The Olight Warrior Mini. Put in there. So in here we have the lanyard. We have the magnetic charging lead. And that's just nice and simple. Got a USB plug, plugs into a USB outlet to charge your light. I'll put him back here, and we have the manual. Let's have a close look at this. This is the Olight Warrior Mini in the camouflage colour. That's the tail. There's a switch in the centre of that, and that's where you charge. You put your charger on. It's got the clip, which can be clipped on either way. You can go in that way, or you can clip in from the back. So you can have it face down or face up, no matter how you hook it. Can we see the bezel? There's a very nice pattern on the bezel. And this, we'll see if it'll pick it up. There we go. I've got the camouflage one. Right, so the first thing we're going to do with this, because it's new, is they put a plastic piece in here, and that's to stop it accidentally getting switched on and draining the battery. So it's just a matter of pulling it out, getting rid of it. Alright, so now we'll pull the battery out. And so it's a 3.6 volt battery, 3,500 milliamps. Alright, so we'll slip the battery back in. Now there's an O-ring just here, just runs around. It's only a tiny little O-ring, but that makes it waterproof. So now we'll just screw him in, and we hit the button and we're on. Olight call this Warrior Mini an everyday carry defensive. It's got a striking bezel on the top. It fits perfectly in my hand. It's got a one-touch button on the back to full brightness of 1500 lumens. The side button, when you push that 3 quick times, you've got a strobe light. It's a small light. It's only 4.19 inches or 107 millimeters long. It's 23 millimeters across the widest part, which is the bezel. This light only weighs 105 grams. Now, to put that in perspective, these 2 packets of chips, they add up to 105 grams. That's all. 105 grams. It's small, fits easily in my pocket, and it feels like a good solid light. Now, one thing on the bezel at the top, it's not flat, it's all ribbed around the edge. Now, if the torch is turned on and you stand it on your table, you can still see that the torch is on. So you'll never get a flat battery because you accidentally stood it up when it was turned on. So you can always see. So not only have you got the clip to support the light, you can use the magnetic bit that you put your charger on. That will also support the light. So if you need to stick it to your bonnet of your car or whatever to do some work, you can. We'll go outside and I'll show you how this works in the dark. But before I do, we'll just go through the settings in here. There's 5 different light settings, plus there's a strobe setting. So the Warrior Mini has 2 buttons. One on the tail, where you charge it, and one on the side, which is just there, and that's on the opposite side to where the clip is. And so you just turn him on like that. Right, so we'll talk about the turbo setting first. Now, you use the tail switch for that, and it's one push turns on to turbo. Now that's 1500 lumens, and one touch again and it's off. Now if you want, you can hold it down, and as long as you hold it, it'll stay on, and when you take your finger off, it'll come off. So it's just down and it's on, and if you take your finger off, it's off. Or if you want to switch it on, you just switch it on. Same push. We'll just talk about some times for when you're on turbo. So you've turned it on. Now it'll stay on 1500 lumens for 4 minutes, and then it'll drop on its own down to 500 lumens, and it'll stay there for 205 minutes. And if you've still got your torch turned on, it's going to drop on its own to 170 lumens for 55 minutes. And then in theory the battery will be flat. Right, so let's do the moon setting. Now we've done 1500 lumens. The moon setting is 1 lumen, so right down the other end. And to turn it on, it's purely the side button here, and you hold it in for 2 seconds. It doesn't look very bright, but if you have it in a tent, you know, well, it's like going into your kitchen and the clock lights on the microwave or the stove, and it puts a glow across the room. Well, this will do that to your tent. Now the advantage in this is this will run for 45 days without going flat, continuously. So that's a month and a half. So it's got its uses. So right, so and to turn him off, just same button, just touch it again. High, medium and low. We'll have a look at them. Now you use them on the side button here. So you adjust the side button to do high, medium and low. And the idea is you just turn it on. So that's low. Now, if I hold that button in now that it's already turned on, it'll cycle through the three, low, medium and high. And if I take my finger off, now I've got my finger off it, it's on high. Now if I turn the torch off, next time I turn it back on, it'll come back on whatever it was. So this is going to come back on high by touching it, and which is a handy thing because in theory, that's probably where you wanted it, and you don't have to go in and find high or whatever. So now you just hold your finger on it again and it'll cycle through. There's high again, or we can go there, which is medium. So we got medium. If I turn it off and turn him back on again, it'll come back on in medium, which is to me a really good thing for the torch. That's low. Low is 15 lumens, and that will run for 150 hours before the battery goes flat. Now we'll go to the other one, medium, and that's medium, and medium's 120 lumens, and that'll run for 18 hours straight. Now that's high. High is 500 lumens, and you can leave it on that for 218 minutes, and then it'll drop down to 170 lumens and it'll stay there for 50 minutes. Now the strobe, to turn the strobe on, is 3 quick pushes on the side button, and we've got a strobe. So that one's nice and simple. All the stuff I've just said on the box or in the instructions, it's there. Basically you don't need to know so much. It just gives you an idea that this one lasts longer than that now. So it's all in the manual. Have a read. I found it all quite interesting. But these batteries are amazing. You can see that little green light. I'll turn him off and I'll turn him on. There's a little green light in the middle of the button. Right, now that's a battery level indicator, and that'll go from bright green when the battery's full, through orange to red, and then it'll blink red when you've got less than 5% left in the battery. Low. That is medium. That is high. That is turbo. So this is a strobe. So this is turbo. That's low. Yeah, almost can't see it in the camera. That is medium. So that's high. And that's turbo. First off, I'd like to apologise for the video I made outside. It wasn't quite up to scratch, but the torch did do a good job. I was very, very happy with what the torch did, and it's such a small unit. Now, through this whole review, I haven't found anything in it that was dodgy, that I would think, oh, we got to fix that. I was quite impressed with that light all the way through. So the Olight Warrior Mini, a big thumbs up from me. I've put a link to Olight's website in the description below. Now, if you're into lights, that's a place to go. If you happen to buy something from there using my link, I'll get a small amount and that'll help my channel. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you got something out of it or at least found it interesting. Thank you very much.